RS reports going out there, especially the one I seen from Wilbur Sports, is saying that the Detroit Lions had dialogue with with free agent Matt Judon. I believe he's from Pontiac. Don't quote me on that. But let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. He was a particular guy that people wanted to bring in last year. Obviously, there hasn't been talk about dialogue with Za'Darius Smith. Like I said, I think they should have brought in two people. Now that they in pads, it's kind of gonna give you a more of a feeling of where guys is at. You know, right now in t-shirts and shorts, I mean, it is what it is. But you put them in pads, you know, now we can see where a lot of these guys are at. But Za'Darius Smith is beefing with, you know, or going back and forth with Cash Doll Baby Daddy. He don't understand, you know, why he not in the league, and maybe he does understand, but you know, aligning yourself with that, it's not gonna make a team more attracted to come sign you. You know, and this was rumors that he hadn't stopped partying since he got here. So now they could look to Matt Judon. I believe it's somebody else of prominence. I think Von Miller signed to the Commanders on an incentive-laced deal. I feel like it's somebody else of prominence out there at the edge position, but honestly, I just, you know, still feel like they would need a little bit more oomph in the middle. Tyleik Williams, you know, DJ Reader. They lost to Levon Zarique. You know, Lee McNeil seemed to be on the fast track. Makai Wingo, not sure what's going on with him. They got Roy Lopez? You know, so they got a lot of guys in the middle that can stop the run, but nobody other than Makai Wingo that's going to push that pocket until Lee McNeil go down. So it's even more, important on the edge that Aiden Hutchinson has some help. You know, Marcus Davenport they saying is having a great camp, but once again, that was in t-shirts and shorts. I don't believe it into the pass call. It's the countdown till he get hurt, and then you got a guy like Pascal who for the most part is just, you know, a run stopper. And then, you know, I can't pronounce his name, Muhammad guy. And then you have the kid from Boise State, which I don't put no stock in nobody that was drafted that late. You know, I don't expect much from him. So Judon coming in is just a move. Now probably gonna need another move. You know, Christian Wilkins, we spoke on him, but, you know, if he still got a foot injury, it's like, no thank you. You ain't even healthy, and you know, didn't want to get the surgery. So, you know, Judon is a guy they can turn to and possibly still bring back a guy like Za'Darius Smith, and that way you can solidify that. You may see Josh Pascal go more into the inside, you know, because he can do that, and maybe he might get more penetration as a pass rusher there. So you have more versatility there with Pascal on the inside, and you have a Judon and Smith on the outside. But also, you know, let's call it what it is. It's just the countdown to Davenport go down again. We got to call a spade a spade. It's the countdown until Davenport go down again. So, but, you know, other than that, I think Judon, you know, had a 5.5 sacks last year, coming off injury, and his time may be gone. The year before that, or the last healthy year, he had 15.5 sacks. A local guy. Then maybe this year, you know, coming off, you know, a year removed off the injury, was fairly healthy last year. He can reclaim that form. You know, in Atlanta was a different place. Not sure how much help they had across the defensive line, but they need guys that can get the quarterback. I mean, wherever they can get them, especially on the edge, they need guys that can get the quarterback. So if they can, you know, have those guys, you know, have a plethora of those guys, if they have a plethora of guys that can, you know, get the quarterback, then, you know, that's what they need. But I like Matt Judon, and, you know, obviously they probably coming to the realization that, yeah, now we need a guy, and for them to pick Judon over, you know, Za'Darius Smith just speaks about something they probably didn't like about Za'Darius Smith. But at this point, they probably need both those guys, to be honest, because even though Hutch looked better coming off the major injury, you just don't know. You just don't have a lot there. You don't have a lot there. You just know, you know, kind of seeing that interview with Davenport and seeing his energy, is just, you see why he stayed injured. He's just, you can tell he just, you know, he not built for it tough. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my humble opinion with Judon. I like him. I know older guy, but you know maybe he can get that form. You playing with some. You playing a little bit different than Atlanta. You playing next to some hogs in the middle that's gonna eat space, from Lopez to Reader to Talik Williams. I mean, they eating space. Then you playing on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson, so there should be a lot of one-on-one opportunities, and I think that's pretty much what they're banking on. Is guys getting one-on-one opportunities, because you got the space eaters in the middle, you got Hutch on the edge. Now, for the most part, whoever on that other end, they should have an easy time winning. So that's what they banking on. These guys should be able to win one-on-ones. These guys, when they slide in the Hutch and the big fellas eating space in the middle, they should be able to win those matchups. Being a National Football League player, so but you never know. But if he can be one-on-one and get that and get it, if he can just give you 7 to 8 sacks, I think you'll be happy with that. If he can give you a solid 8, Neston Hutchinson can do his thing. The problem is, who gonna give you the juice up the middle? That's the problem. Who gonna scream up the middle and push the pocket? Are you gonna blitz? Are you gonna count on Makai Wingo? Are you gonna shift Josh Pascal in there? And by that time, they hold it down, and you get Lee McNeil back, or they count on Talik Williams to do it. It's a great question. Quickest way to the quarterback and the most disruptive pressure to the quarterback is right up the middle. So I think that needs to be said. That needs to be said. So but hey, that's just thoughts on it. But I like the fact that Matt Judon could be joining Detroit Lions. I mean, older guy, so I don't think you have to worry so much about him coming back close to home doing dumb stuff. It was rumors that Monty Morris came to the Pistons and he was running back and forth to Flint all the time. And athletes are not smart. I think they live in a world where, it can't happen to me. And I'm telling you, if you live in that world, it can happen to you, and it's gonna mess you up when it happens to you. And I was reading something that I think Carcino for Life posted. He a Piston fan too, for Chicago. Got a page. It said 67% of NBA players live in debt, and I said, wow. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the NFL playlist, hit the link in the description, follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, Facebook, Kick, Twitter, wherever I'm producing content at, it's inside the link tree. Appreciate y'all. Peace.